What is up, my fellow quirky folks? Today I'm going to ponder upon a question that most of us have asked ourselves about the MCU. But maybe we haven't thought about it as deeply till now. We've seen a couple of amazing metals in the MCU. But how are they going to introduce another infamous steel alloy? Wolverine will make his MCU debut sooner or later. So how will Marvel bring Adamantium into the mix? Well, I've got a few theories that I'd like to share with you guys. So stick around, will you? First, let's look at the source metal. In the comics, it was Dr. Myron McLean who came up with adamantium. He was assigned to military research and development during World War II. Through a metallurgic accident, he created an indestructible vibranium steel compound called proto-adamantium. This is the strongest version of adamantium, which was mixed with vibranium to create the shield of Captain America. But despite decades of attempts to duplicate the accident, this version of adamantium was never recreated. Although, those attempts did result in the creation of true adamantium in 1960s. It came to be called primary adamantium. It is the version used upon Wolverine's bones, and it isn't easy to create.
Metal is an alloy called adamantium, supposedly indestructible. It's been surgically grafted to his entire skeleton.
The version that is rather easily available is the secondary adamantium.
Holy shit.
Well, we may not get these distinctions in MCU's adamantium because first of all, the shield that Thanos wrecked was purely made of vibranium. We thought that the new shield which Cap bought for Sam from the other universe could have been made of proto-adamantium. That's how we could have got the introduction to this strong metal. But none of that turned out to be the focus point in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Although, we could still look up a few theories, and the first of them involves a meteoroid.
Yes. That is nothing. A souvenir.
Maybe just like vibranium, adamantium could arrive on Earth through a meteoroid.
A meteorite made of vibranium, the strongest substance in the universe, struck the continent of Africa.
It could happen in the present-day MCU, but it could also have happened in the past. The discovery of the metal ore could happen now. If this were to be the case, then Logan's Weapon X program will have to take place in the present day as well. But this meteorite route has already been taken in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Says it came from the sky.
And vibranium also arrived as a meteor on Earth. So, I guess this trope would get quite redundant, and we should look at theory 2 instead. This one involves adamantium's creation through scientific means. Just like in the comics, adamantium could be a rigid steel-based alloy created in the MCU. And guess what would be the special metal? The secret sauce leading to its creation? Well, it has to be vibranium.
Vibranium.
You know, it came at great personal cost.
Vibranium is the most important metal in the MCU so far. And as we know, Marvel really likes to build upon things that they've already established. So, vibranium could offer a solid means to create a new alloy. The creation of adamantium could have happened sometime between 1992 and 2015, after Clow managed to steal a stockpile of vibranium from Wakanda. The story is that he probably sold it to an evil organization that might have created adamantium through vibranium. But we haven't seen the presence of adamantium till now, and it would feel rather odd that no one has heard or used this alloy before. So, maybe it could be produced through vibranium in the present day. Now that Wakanda has opened up to the rest of the world, a bit of its vibranium could certainly get out and be used for experiments.
The first time in our history, we will be sharing our knowledge and resources with the outside world. Wakanda will no longer watch from the shadows.
But if you don't like this one, then let's move on to theory number 3. For this one, I'm gonna use Thanos' double-bladed sword.
His alternative is death. Roland's obsession clouds his judgment.
The directors of Avengers Endgame hinted that Thanos got his blade made from Eitri.
Then he killed everyone anyway.
But still, we can't be sure if that blade was actually made out of Uru. You see, Uru hasn't officially been called out in the MCU. So, for all that we know, Thanos' blade could be made of adamantium. Also, Mjolnir wasn't able to harm Cap's shield, while Thanos totally sliced that shield. So maybe Thanos' sword was not Uru, but adamantium instead. And right now, 2 halves of that blade are somewhere on Earth. Maybe some organizations managed to get their hands on these parts. And now they're going to infuse Logan's entire skeleton with the parts of Thanos' blade. Or better, what if the pieces of the sword are mixed with vibranium to form adamantium? It is an alloy after all. And using this mix, Wolverine might become insanely strong, even more lethal than he has been in the comics or in the Fox universe. That's because adamantium will become the strongest metal in the MCU. If you're not fond of this theory either, then my final theory involves the multiverse. Sam Wilson's new shield may not be made up of proto-adamantium, but the MCU could still use the multiverse to bring this metal into the picture.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Phase 4 has been opening up the multiverse big time. Thanks to Sylvia and Loki, multiple universes are not allowed to branch out freely. Several what-if universes have been explored. Venom has already made his way into the MCU quite easily, and we'll soon be seeing different Spider-Men, their villains, and several other individuals show up in No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness. So it would be safe to think that adamantium could also come in through the multiverse.
Because of these. What the hell?
A Wolverine from an alternate universe could walk into MCU's Earth 19999 just as easily as Venom has. He obviously cannot be Hugh Jackman's version of the character since Logan died and Jackman retired. Moreover, we cannot have mutants coming in from Fox's universe because that would create a time travel plot hole. But maybe this new Wolverine could come in from a different universe. He could be from the Earth of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, or any other Earth for that matter. He might have already gone through the adamantium experiment on his Earth. So, the MCU won't even have to give us an origin story for Wolverine and adamantium. They could just start with things right off the bat. Okay, that's all from our theories about how Marvel could bring another precious metal into the mix. Which of these theories did you like? Let us know, and you're also free to share your own theories in the comments. Give us a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Oh, and yes, don't forget to check out some more fun content on our channel. We've got a wide range of content library just waiting to be watched by you. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!